Hey everyone, so we're here today to talk about gun violence and talk about violence in the community in Atlanta. We are joined by some of our partners, Gerald Griggs from the NAACP. We have Ms. Betty Maddox, who represents grieving relatives. We have Charmaine Brown, who represents Jared Hart Association. And we're coming here today to talk about gun violence in the community. We understand that gun violence is a huge issue. We understand that it's a huge issue amongst our youth. We have families here who represent people who have been victimized by gun violence. We have people here who represent clients who have been victimized by gun violence. So we're going to give them all an opportunity to speak, and we're going to also make a huge announcement on how we plan on combating gun violence here at BlackPush in partnership with First Iconium and some of these other partners. At this time, I'm going to introduce Gerald Griggs, who is the president of the NAACP of Georgia, and he's going to come up and speak, and following him, we'll have Ms. Betty Maddox.
Sean, for convening this press conference. It's important. Also, thank you to Pastor Tim McDonald, First Iconium, for always being on the front line of issues that affect Atlanta and greater Fulton County community. I'm Attorney Gerald Griggs, president of the Georgia State Conference of the NAACP, and we are dedicated to making sure we provide for the material advancement of African American people, all minority groups. We've seen a rise in gun violence in the community last few years, which has culminated in the loss of so many lives and affected so many families. So we're proud to partner with BlackPush for this initiative to directly address the root causes of violence in our community, the root causes of gun violence in our community, with the announcement they will make in a few minutes. But we have to be clear that if we don't address the root causes of crime and the root causes of violence, we will continue to have to convene. So as the president of the Georgia State Conference of the NAACP, I'm calling on elected officials and community leaders to come to the table with real solutions that address the proliferation of guns in the African American community, solutions that deal with the real root causes of poverty and homelessness, but more so what's happening to cause the younger generation to come into contact with the criminal justice system and to come into contact with our healthcare systems because of gun violence. And so we believe there's a state of emergency here in the state of Georgia. There's a state of emergency, particularly in Fulton County, with the rise and proliferation of guns on our street. And so we are proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with BlackPush, with First Iconium, with the Atlanta branch of the NAACP, and so many other concerned community stakeholders to talk about solutions. Many times when we come to the table, we want to talk about the problem, but we don't come with concrete solutions. And I think the announcement later on today will give concrete solutions that community stakeholders can join in. So we at the Georgia NAACP are proud to partner with BlackPush for this announcement. We will continue to be on the forefront of movement, but we will also be on the forefront of community activation and community accountability as we move forward to end the pandemic of gun violence in our community. Thank you, Sean.
Good morning to everyone, and thank God for the opportunity to stand here today collectively with BlackPush, the NAACP, grieving relatives in every violent event. What we're having today, America spends over $229 billion a year on gun violence. It is imperative that we come together collectively and join in with Iconium Baptist Church, BlackPush, and other organizations. Grieving relatives in every violent event needs a place for grieving families who's lost their loved ones to gun violence. We can provide that service. We must do it with compassion, collaboration, and consistency. It is up to us. We have an entire generation who is at stake. I thank you. I hope and I pray that we will all come together, because it's already been said, what affects one directly actually affects us all indirectly. Thank you so very much.
And at this time, we're going to also invite Ms. Charmaine Brown up to say a couple of words.
Thank you. It's an honor to stand here today along with First Iconium Baptist Church as well as BlackPush I am a mother who lost her son to gun violence here in Atlanta, in Fulton County, in 2015. And eh, knowing the impact of gun violence, the impact, the trauma that it has caused my family and so many others, I am just honored to stand here today and work alongside the remaining group here to assist with conflict resolution. I know that here in Atlanta, among our youth, there is conflicts that arise. And within our organization of Jared's Heart of Success, our goal is to work alongside community partners as well to address these issues and concerns among youth and be able to teach them how to deal with conflict, but be able so that they will be able to resolve them in a peaceful manner. So again, it's an honor to be here and work alongside BlackPush in this initiative. Thank you.
So we want to just personally just thank everybody who's attending and watching online, even right now, as we're broadcasting this online. And we want to make sure that we understand that this is a joint effort. This is a joint effort between BlackPush, NAACP, Jared's Heart of Success, Grieving Families, and so many other organizations. The Sixth Episcopal AME Church. I got a phone call from Bishop Jackson this morning. They're all on board because we understand that this is an issue that impacts our community. And if we're going to resolve this issue, it's one that has to have community effort, and we have to work together as a community. So what BlackPush is super excited to announce is that in partnership with First Iconium Baptist Church and all these great organizations, we're looking to open a resource center here at First Iconium the beginning of December, where we'll be able to deal with mental health. We'll be dealing with teaching youth and teaching parents how to store guns safely. We'll deal with how to store your gun, how to clean your gun, how to make sure that we are keeping our guns safe. But also we're going to be dealing with things as far as tutoring, education, working with our youth on mental health. We're going to be having programs that deal with conflict resolution. And I wanted to kind of introduce two of the people who will be taking lead on that. I know they may not say anything today, but we have Jordan Tilden here to my immediate right. She can raise her hand. She's our community outreach manager. And then we have Andre Hill, who's standing right here to my left, who's our office manager, who'll be working closely with us to do that. So we are going to issue a press release again today in reference to this center. We hope that the community join us in this effort. And we want the community to know that we are here to support the community. This center will address issues that have to deal with the community. And we're calling on our local officials to stand up, to give us a voice on this issue. We have to do something when it comes to gun violence. We're seeing too many of our youth, too many of our kids, and too many of our adults who are being killed on the streets, and we're not giving them answers. So we have solutions, and we want to work with the community to bring those solutions. We've had about 4 meetings here at First Iconium already, where we've talked to family members who have been impacted by gun violence. We've had the Attorney General from the Northern Georgia, the U.S. Attorney from Northern Georgia District, Ryan Buchanan here. We've spoken to DAs from around the state about these issues. So we've come to a collective solution. I think we've spoken to a lot of people from the justice side, from attorneys, from people who are actually prosecuting these cases, but we've also spoken to people who are being charged with these crimes. And we need to have that discussion too. So we have a couple of solutions that we want to bring to the forefront, and this center will address that. This center will be opening at the beginning of December. We will address that, and it will be a collective effort amongst numerous nonprofits. This is not just a BlackPush effort. There will be numerous nonprofits that will be a part of this. We'll be doing things like bringing people into the gym, doing athletics. We'll be opening up our doors here at First Iconium to really make sure that we can make an impact in this community in partnership with all these great organizations. So we thank you for your time. We thank you for your commitment. And we want everybody to know that we're going to continue to press forward on these issues, and we will not stop. We will hold everybody who is in elected office accountable for these issues. And also, we want to take this opportunity, as we know that the election is coming up November 8th, that we need to remind people who have not voted to please get out and vote and look at the people who you're voting for and know where to stand at on these issues. And we have to elect people who actually stand with us on these issues. So we thank you for your time. We thank you for your patience. We thank you for those families who are represented here. Big kudos to them, because it takes a lot for a family to come up and say, to tell their story and to have to relive that story over and over and over again. But our commitment is that your voices have not been unheard. And we're here to work with you. And I know that Attorney Griggs stand with me in saying that we're here to support the community any way we can. And we want to remind everybody, if you need any help, if you have any issues, if you want to voice your opinion, you can reach out to that. I know you can definitely reach out to the NAACP. You can reach out to BlackPush. You can reach out to our organizations. We want to hear your stories, and we want to be able to help. So thank you for your time, and thank you for the commitment, and thank you for everybody for being here today.